Hello friends, super excited to do yoga with you today. I'm going to suggest a couple props. Grab a blanket, doesn't have to be anything special, just whatever you can find around the house. Also blocks, if you don't have yoga blocks, you can use books, try to get them the same height or whatever you can find. Also a strap, if you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a belt, a scarf, or a towel. So if you need to pause the video to gather your props, please do so. If you can't find any props, do not worry. I will show poses with the props and without, so there'll be modifications, and props are just there to help support you. So they're not necessary, but they are nice to have. So once you have your props, lay your blanket out on your mat or floor space. You don't even have to have a mat to do yoga. Just a nice space that you feel comfortable. Get in a cross-legged position and move the butt flesh out from your seat so that your sitting bones are grounded into the floor. Bring your belly in just a little bit. Let the spine be long and straight. Roll the shoulders up, back and down, and tuck the chin slightly. Reach out through the crown of your head, elongating your spine, and take a few deep breaths. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, letting everything go and just arriving to your practice today. Inhale through the nose. This time, sigh it out. Ha! Inhale. Exhale, sigh. Ah. Letting the nervous system start to relax and slow down. Letting the heartbeat come to a slower pace. Few more deep breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale either through the nose or the mouth, whatever feels good to you right now. On your next inhale, picture the diaphragm muscle, the dome-shaped muscle that's between your lungs and your abdomen, moving down on the inhale, making room to expand the lungs, and moving back up on the exhale. Inhale, diaphragm moves down, lungs and belly expand. And exhale, visualize the diaphragm moving back up and the lungs becoming small. Inhale, they expand. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. During this practice, I want you to really practice self-compassion. Be nice to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Be proud of yourself for coming to your mat today and taking the time to take care of yourself. And don't shame yourself. That's just going to do the opposite of what we're trying to cultivate in our body, which is love and strength and balance. So just continually try to remember to offer yourself little bits and pieces of self-compassion throughout your practice and throughout your day. And then you'll be able to feel more compassion for others. And in that, we all live harmoniously. That's the goal, at least. A few more deep breaths. Inhale, bringing your right arm down and your left arm up and over. Nice and gently, elongating your side body and breathing into your rib cage. Slow and steady, long breaths. The arm comes down back to center, and the right arm reaches up and over. Making room in your rib cage. Inhale back to center. One more time, left arm up and over. This time round the spine slightly to feel that lower back start to stretch and expand. Deep breath. If you feel strain in the neck, try to relax or not go as deep. Back to center. Right arm up and over. Round the spine just a little. Feeling the whole side body lengthen out. Inhale back to center. Bring the arms forward or on the knees, whichever feels more comfortable, and start to circle the torso, making room around the spine, starting to break up that stagnant energy. Deep breaths, rounding on the way back and arching on the way forward. And reverse. Staying with your own breath. And one more round. Okay. Bringing the belly in just a little bit. Elongating the spine, tucking the chin, and closing the eyes. Scan your body. Notice any sensations you're feeling. Maybe notice any sounds. And now offer yourself a big cloud of self-compassion raining over you. Accepting who you are in this moment and loving yourself. Reach your arms out. Cross one arm over the other, giving yourself a big hug. Tuck the chin. Deep breath. Expand the arms out. Cross opposite arm over the other. Tuck the chin. Expanding the arms out. Coming onto your knees. If this is uncomfortable, then you can either sit up or you can stand, whichever feels best, or you can sit on your block. We're going to focus on gathering the stomach muscles towards the midline to create a strong and stable foundation to base most of the poses off of. So first start by doing a little cough and notice how your rib cage moves down during that. It's that same motion. You're going to bring the ribs down, connecting the ribs to navel, and pubic bone tucks up to the navel as well. So they're both going towards the midline. And then you keep that and bring the hip points towards the midline, just a millimeter towards the spine. So you have all 4 points going towards the midline. And then keeping that and breathe. So we're not super flexed intense. We're just gathering the muscles towards the midline to create a nice, strong, stable foundation. And we have to be able to breathe and maintain this. And it's actually hard work. So deep breaths. On the exhale, rib cage to pubic bone. Hip points coming in. Hold that, inhale. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, gather. Hold that. Inhale. Exhale, release. So you want to remember that when we're doing plank, when we're standing, when we're doing balance poses, and throughout your day. It's a really good way to bring core work into everyday things without sitting there and doing crunches. It's good for your back. It's good for all of the muscles in the entire trunk to really gain that honing in and stableness for the body. All right, we're going to come to all fours. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Inhale, look up for cow. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin for cat. Inhale, arch the back, look up for cow. Exhale, round for cat. Pressing your palms into the earth. And then you can feel that engagement of the core that we just did, bringing the navel all the way in towards the midline and back towards the spine. Inhale up. Exhale, round, gather the stomach. Couple more times at your own pace. You can have the toes tucked or the toes released with flat feet. Whatever is more comfortable for you in this moment. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Making sure that your hands are spread wide. We're going to press up and back for down dog. Keep the knees bent first. And you're going to externally rotate the shoulders. So like this. Hands stay like this so that you aren't coming in like this. You want to be. So if you see my shoulders, this is internal rotation. This is externally rotation. You're hugging the armpits in and releasing the trapezius muscle. You can bend one knee and then the next, pedaling out the legs. Hugging the stomach up and in. Bending the knees. Sitting the hips back. And then you can keep the knees bent, or if it feels good, you can keep them a little straighter. But the goal is not to have straight legs and have your heels all the way to the ground. The goal is to feel good in your body. So if that's to have your knees bent so that you can have a long spine, then that's what you should go for today. Inhale, roll forward to plank. You can do plank up or you can do plank with knees down. Either or, but your stomach is hugging in like we just practiced. Gather those stomach muscles so you're not splaying. Gather the rib cage, ribs to pubic bone, hip points in towards the midline. Deep breaths. And reach up and back, down dog. Roll forward to plank. Continuing to breathe. Up and back, down dog. Roll forward to plank, knees down, and slowly lower down onto your mat. You can release your blanket. And you want to have your wrists in line with your elbow. Hand in between your middle ribs. Also, you can have another cue that might help is your thumbs in line with your nipples. Press down into the tops of your feet. Engage the legs. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Press back. in the hands and elbows together. You want to make sure you're not cranking the neck. You want to elongate the neck by tucking the chin just slightly. Deep breaths here. Engage the core and press up with your back muscles. Deep breaths, low cobra. You can even pick up your hands so that all of your engagement is in your back. And slowly come down. Right hand on top of left, forehead in the hands, and wiggle out the hips. Deep breath. This time place your forehead on the ground. Hands come back. Arms come back, hands face the ground. So you have an external rotation of the shoulders. Lift up. Bringing the hands back. And if you want, you can lift the feet, but you don't have to. Locust pose. Deep breath. We're strengthening the whole back body here. Place the hands, press up and back, child's pose. In your child's pose, you can keep the hands or arms forward, or you can bring them back. Breathe into your low back, creating space and letting what we just did go. Bring the arms forward and then over to the left, reaching back on the right hip, creating a nice side stretch. If your head doesn't reach the ground, grab your blanket, your block, your book, whatever you have. That way you have a nice support for your forehead. Deep breaths. Inhale back to center. And exhale over to the right, moving your block if you have it. Feeling your whole left side body open up. One breath at a time. It opens deeper and deeper. Back to center. Place the hands, untuck the toes, reach up and back, down dog. Step one leg up to the front of your mat. Step the other leg and meeting in forward fold, bending the knees. Let the head hang heavy. Deep breaths. If you don't reach, grab your blocks and then the floor can come up towards you. Our goal here is to not straighten the legs. We're trying to stretch the low back by just hanging. Letting your whole body go slack. Bend the knees even more, and then your hamstrings and quads turn on. And releasing that bend just a little bit, giving your legs a little bit of a break. Slowly coming up one vertebrae at a time, starting with the low back. Let the neck hang, let the body feel slack. Deep breaths. And close the eyes, feeling the sensations. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Knees can be bent or a little straighter. Inhale, halfway lift. On your halfway lift, you're going to, I recommend having your hands on blocks or on your legs, but you want to have a flat back and you want to make sure your chin is tucked so that your spine is elongated. You don't want to be cranking the neck or letting it hang. You want to create a nice flat spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Move your blocks out of the way. Place your hands, step back, down dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Knees up or down. Legs nice and straight, supporting you. Belly engaged. Slowly lower down. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Pull back on the hands. Cobra. If you want, you can press into your hands, coming up for seal pose. If you want, you can press into your legs, coming up for upward dog. Deep breaths. Exhale, down dog. Untuck the toes, pedal the legs. Lift the right leg up. You want to keep the hips square by internally rotating that right leg. So if you look at your pinky, you want your pinky to be facing the ground. Exhale, step it through. You can use your blocks here. Back leg, nice, straight, strong, and firm. Deep breath. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Bring your arms by your sides and slowly rise up. Pick one point that's not moving. That's called your dristi. And that will help with your balance. Inhale, arms up. If you need to expel energy, expel heat, you breathe with your mouth open. If you want to cultivate heat, breathe with your mouth closed through your nose. The inhale is always through the nose though. Bring the right hand onto the knee, expanding the left arm up and over. Deep breaths. Bring that right arm back up, and then you can bend the elbows, coming into cactus arms, if that feels good. Making sure that your stomach muscles are gathered in so that you're not splaying out. You want to have that foundation nice and strong. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step back, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale for cobra. Exhale. Inhale for seal if you want. Exhale. Inhale for up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Check your pinky, make sure it's facing down. You have an internal rotation on the left leg so that your hips not splaying open. Inhale. Exhale, step it through. Grab your blocks. Back leg straight, strong, and firm. Deep breaths. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Bring your arms by your side, creating a safe and strong foundation. Inhale, rise up. Pick your point that's not moving to help create focus and balance. Exhale, left hand comes down. Right arm reaches up and over. Make sure you're breathing. This is hard work. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, cactus arms. Check and make sure your ribs and pubic bone are gathering towards the midline. Inhale. Exhale, back down. Hands meet the ground. This time, step the back leg up. Coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. And releasing down. You can use your blocks. Your legs can be straight, but make sure your quads are engaged so your knees lift. Or you can have your knees bent, whatever feels good. Try to release the neck. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back, stomach gathering together. Navel towards the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Close the eyes. Feel the sensation in the body. Feel the energy moving through. Feel the heat that you've cultivated. Releasing the hands, opening the eyes. Grab your strap or your belt or your scarf. Bring it farther than shoulder length so that when you bring it up and back, it's nice and comfortable. So if it's too far in, it won't be comfortable. So the whole goal here is to open the chest. So you want to kind of bring the shoulders up, back, and down, and the elbows in, hands back. Again, here you want to make sure that your core is gathered in so that you're not splaying open. Gather in. Deep breaths. Pull on the strap. You can extend the strap up and over to the right side. Inhale, back up. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, back up. Exhale, over to the right. This time around the spine like we did at the beginning. Inhale, back up. Exhale, over to the left, around the spine. Inhale, back up, and toss the strap aside. We're going to do one more sequence, and then we'll come back down onto the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place the hands, hop or step to the back of your mat. Slowly lower down. Inhale, look up for cobra. Exhale, down dog. Bend the knees, step or hop to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sit it down for chair. So your pelvis here, you don't want it to be splayed out. You also don't want it to be tucked. You want it to be neutral. Arms can be at heart center, or they can be up, or they can be back. Slowly lower all the way down, coming onto your butt. For boat pose, you can either have your hands on your legs, or you can have your hands out. You can have your legs bent, or you can have your legs straightened. This one's obviously harder. So I'm going to stay right here. Some days legs straight feels good. Some days I don't want to do boat at all. Your choice. But as you can feel, this really cultivates heat in the belly. Make sure you're breathing. We're in it together. Couple more. Deep breaths. Slowly lower down as slow as possible. And then reach the arms up and over, giving yourself a big stretch. Inhale fully, exhale side out. Grab your strap. Place the strap over the right foot. Left leg can either be bent or straight, whatever feels good. And extend the right leg up. And your knee can be bent if that feels better. Or you can straighten it and bring it farther out. So you find your sweet spot. We're starting to cool down now. So don't try to rip your leg off. We're just trying to release what we just did and breathe into the muscles so that they can be properly oxygenated, so that they can build and strengthen and become more flexible. Deep breaths here. Release the strap. Bend the right leg, crossing the ankle over the left thigh and bringing the left leg up into a 90 degrees, clasping the hands behind the left thigh, coming into eye of the needle. Opening the right hip here. Relaxing the face, relaxing the jaw, trying not to strain in the upper body. Release the hands, let the left foot come down, scoot the hips over to the right and bring the right foot down onto the left side. Coming into eye of the needle twist, the right arm can extend out if you're not near a wall like me. And your gaze can be towards the right, the opposite way of your legs, coming into a nice twist. Deep breaths into the right hip flexor. Release the jaw, trying not to bite down and clench. Closing the eyes if you'd like. Picturing that diaphragm moving down on the inhale, making space in your hip flexor. And then letting it release on the exhale. Inhale back up, both legs up, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Right foot comes down, left leg extends up, and the strap goes over the left foot. Get a nice hamstring stretch. Just go as far as feels good to you. Make sure you're not straining in the upper body when you're doing this. If you don't have a strap, you can just hold the leg wherever feels good. Release that. Cross the left foot over the right thigh. Bring the right leg up. Clasp the hands behind the right thigh and bring the legs closer to you until you feel a nice stretch in the left hip. Release the jaw. Release the tension in the forehead. Long, steady breaths. Right foot comes down, left hip scoot over to the left, and left foot comes down onto the right side, coming into eye of the needle twist on the other side. Left arm extends out and gazes over the left shoulder. Deep breaths, feeling space in the left hip flexor. You can add a subtle smile on your lips to trigger the body into feeling like this feels good. Let the teeth part, unclenching the jaw. Inhaling, coming back up. Shake the legs out. Press the feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Roll the shoulders up and back. Press the shoulders down into the ground and the shoulder blades up into the heart. Making the chest wide and lift the hips up, coming into bridge pose. Deep breaths. Tucking the chin just slightly so that the back of the neck elongates. You want your feet right in line, right underneath your knees. And slowly come down. Bring the knees into the chest and just rock side to side, massaging the low back. Place the feet either on the outsides of the ankles or on the outsides of the feet, coming into happy baby, stretching the inner thighs. When I teach kids yoga, they love this one, but I do not, because they all scream and cry like sad, angry babies instead of happy babies during this. And it can be very loud and the opposite of peaceful. You can rock side to side. All right, let that go. Extend the legs and the arms out, being as long as you possibly can, giving yourself a big stretch. Inhale, exhale, release. Bring the arms down by your sides, letting the feet splay open. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down so they're tucked nicely onto the back. Letting the hands come down, palms facing up. Congratulations, you've made it to Shavasana. Relaxing pose, corpse pose. One of the most important poses because it allows your body to integrate all of the work that we just did. It allows the memory to be stored. It allows the nervous system to relax. It brings oxygen into all the cells. And it's the time of day that no one's asking you to do anything besides just be. We'll stay here for a few minutes and I will prompt you out of it. So just give yourself this time to just relax deep down into your Shavasana. Slowly begin to deepen your breathing. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes, bringing life back into the body. You can stretch your arms up overhead and give yourself a big stretch. Bend the knees and rolling over to one side. With as little energy as possible, bringing yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Keeping the eyes closed, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Spine nice and long. Chin slightly tucked, and reaching out through the crown of your head. Inhale fully, and exhale fully. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you so much for practicing with me today and coming to your mat, taking care of yourself so that you can live a long, healthy, happy life. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Stay tuned and come practice with me tomorrow. Bye.